Good morning everyone. I guess we are complete today. So last time I gave you an assignment to study about the earth materials, the module that I gave to you last time. So now we have to discuss the earth materials, the minerals and rock to further understand what is the module all about. So let's start. So last time as I've said, I give you an assignment. So we are going to talk about the earth materials and minerals and rocks. So in this lesson, let us discover how the materials are created and their value and importance in our society. To start, we have the minerals. Now, those minerals is defined as a natural occurring. So meaning to say, it is a natural cause. So those minerals form a structure called the crystal lattice, which is responsible for the shape of minerals. So due to this extreme heat, due to the extreme heat and pressure, and even a natural process like precipitation and what do you call that, evaporation, the minerals are formed, and those minerals are taken out from a ground or mine. So they are now, once that they take, it is now the what we call the ores. So it is said that the earth's crust is composed of those elements, which is the reason why we have this kind of minerals. Now, there are 8 most abundant elements which are connected to the minerals, and we are going to talk about what is in this table. So this table, it consists, first is the oxygen, second is the silicon, third is the aluminum, iron, calcium, sodium, potassium, magnesium, titanium, and hydrogen. So ang percent nila by weight in total is 99.17%. But then the other elements in the periodic table, they have the 0.83%, and with that total, we have the 100% rate. Okay, so we have to move on to the classification of minerals. So as I've said earlier, you have to read what is the module all about. So if you already read the selection, we have 3,500 commonly found in the Earth's crust. Now, those minerals are very rare, sometimes in a limited area. And these are classified into siliceous minerals, non-metallic minerals, metal ore minerals, and the gem minerals. Now, let us identify or classify and give a description about what is this kind of classification of minerals in the next discussion. So let us move forward to the classification of minerals. So as I've said earlier, there are 4. So we have the siliceous minerals. Now the siliceous minerals, it is the most abundant because it is It's used to the optical instrument or making an optical instrument wherein these are the magnifying glass, microscope, and telescope. So if we encounter this kind of things, it has a siliceous minerals. Next is we have the non-metallic minerals wherein it is seen in our house. It is the cement, and also those explosive materials that we are found like the fireworks is also a non-metallic minerals. Now the metallic minerals, it is what we seen in our cars, which is the roofs. The roofs is made of aluminum, and other example is the thermometer, and also electric wire that we have seen in our house. So other than that, we have the gem minerals wherein it included the jewelries from diamonds, and also those expensive ornaments like the ruby, jade, and etc. So let's talk about the rock cycle model. So the rock cycle model describes all the process by which the rocks are transformed, modified, transported, decomposed, melted, and reformed. So these are the process, or this process occurs both on Earth's surface and underneath. So essentially, it is a dynamic cycle of a process and a product. So how does this rock cycle work? So when the magma or the molten rock beneath the surface is exposed to lower temperature, the minerals in amorphous solid crystallize and solidifiers, forming the igneous rocks. Now, these rocks may be brought to the surface through uplift when they are exposed to weathering and erosion. So the process of weathering and erosion breaks the rocks down into a smaller pieces called the sediments. So these particles may then undergo transportation via agents such as the wind, water, glaciers, river, and ocean until they settle in an area where they will undertake deposition. So to be noted, as more material settles on top of each other, the temperatures and the pressure increases and the sediments at the bottom may undergo lithification. Now that lithification transforms the sediments into sedimentary rocks. As the temperature and the pressure increase due to the continuous burial and tectonic activity, the sedimentary rocks undergo a process of metamorphisms, and they're transforming them into the metamorphic rocks. And if the temperature increases and exceeds in melting point of rocks. Next is we have that what we call the sedimentary rocks. So it is formed from a deposit called the sedimentary, which is hardened, cemented, and packed together. So the classification of rocks, we have two types of it, the sedimentary rocks. We have the classic sedimentary rocks and the chemical sedimentary rocks. Now, the classic form by weathering process, which break down rocks into the pebbles. So we know the pebbles, right? So the pebbles, sands, or clay particles by exposure to wind, ice, and water. So classic and non-classic sedimentary rocks are the only members of a rock family that contains a fossils as well as the indicators of the climate. So here it has a ripple marks, mud rocks, and raindrops that was present when the rock was formed.